Welcome to Gutter Trash, episode 194, Underwater Welder. My name is Eric.
I am Jason.
We have a guest in studio today.
Yep.
It's a return guest.
Yeah.
It's,
probably our favorite ever guest.
Top 3.
Top 10.
Yeah.
Top 10.
No, better than top 10. Top 3.
We only had like 4 ever.
Right. I think we can all guess who the 4th one is.
Jeremy.
I was guessing Jeff Loeb.
I thought that's who we had today.
Today? Oh no, they just have the same voice.
Oh, okay. Oh, welcome back to Gutter Trash, the co-host of the critically acclaimed League Night and the vastly ignored Viewmasters. Joe Grunenwald is here.
Hey!
Hello!
Hey! Viewmasters is still new.
Yeah.
You guys have started recording that already?
No.
Oh, sweet. I thought I was behind.
Yeah, how many episodes into League Night are you, buddy?
Oh, I listened to all the ones that I was here for.
Yeah.
As we recorded.
That was most of them.
How the hell are you, Mr. G?
Oh, I'm doing alright.
Does anyone know what G stands for? Have you ever revealed that?
Yeah, I just said it.
Well, then we all are on the same page.
It stands for Gangsta.
Joe Gangsta. That's you. Gangsta. Yeah. What's up? What's up, peeps? What's up, my peeps?
Nothing. We're here to review a comic and book.
Yeah.
So let's get into this.
Yeah,
Alright, I
wow,
guess.
we're hopping in.
Yeah, wow.
We try.
Yeah.
You know. It's
Well, we're floundering early on, so
exactly.
we need to get
Yeah,
into
I
it.
mean,
We're diving right in.
Ooh.
So,
And good night.
The show is drowning. It's going to take something to
solder it back together. Underwater Welder! By Jeff Lemire. Lemire?
I don't know, Lemire?
I say Lemire.
I say Lemire as
You
well.
say Lemire.
I've always said Lemire, but who
Let's
knows?
call the whole thing off.
Yeah.
Good night.
Jeff L.
Jeff L.
Jeff L. Was he from...
He's from
That's
Krypton.
that's short for Joseph, right?
Oh.
Jeff.
Oh, is it? Yeah, Jeff is short for
It
that.
is, yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
It's a short form of Joseph.
Which doesn't make any sense to me.
Now, I went as Jeff for the first 15 years of my life.
Did you?
Yeah.
No, you didn't.
Yeah, no, I didn't.
I knew you for like 10 of those 15 years.
And then one day I was like, no, don't call me Jeff anymore. Call me Joe.
You know, Jason's short for Ted.
Yeah.
So you guys can call me
Which
Ted.
itself is short for Andrew.
Yeah.
And Eric is short for Aloysius.
I can see why you went with there.
Yeah. Well done.
You get beat up only half as much.
It's true.
Not because of your name anymore.
No.
Oh.
So yes, the Underwater Welder.
Yeah.
Brand new graphic novel. Usually we don't always review new stuff.
Not always.
Yeah.
We occasionally will get something
Occasionally,
that's
yeah.
been out for, less than a month
Yeah.
sometimes.
Yeah.
We've, on 2 occasions, reviewed things that weren't released yet.
Wow.
Yeah.
Look at us.
Really?
That could happen more.
When did you do that?
Somebody out there
Yeah.
listening.
Yeah. Yeah, people send us stuff.
Yeah.
That's
Wow,
crazy.
that's awesome.
Yeah, we reviewed The Shiniest Jewel and Hereville,
Yeah.
Okay.
which has a sequel coming out.
Nice.
Yeah. Pretty awesome.
Yeah.
Excellent.
Let's hope we get that sequel.
Oh, there we go. That'd be great.
I don't see that happening.
Well, I know that Eric had this book
yeah.
pretty well before the physical copy was out.
Yeah.
How'd you do that?
Magic.
Wow. Did you use
I'm
your
Jeff
eBay?
Lemire.
Oh.
Yes, I used my eBay. And got a copy of this book from eBay.
Nice.
I did not.
No.
Yeah.
For the, basically everyone listening,
Yeah.
because I don't think they know this.
Yeah.
Your boss refers to everything internet related as eBay.
As eBay. Our email address is eBay. Any website, including the porn sites, are eBay.
This is favorite part of eBay.
Yeah. Anything is eBay. It's all eBay.
Yeah.
No, I believe I've mentioned when I originally got it that I got a tablet last month, and pretty much bought it for the sole purpose of reading digital comic books.
Yeah.
Actually, I just noticed that the name of your tablet is Transformer Pad.
Yeah.
That's awesome. Is it Soundwave?
It is. And everything in it is Ravager and Laserbeak.
Nice.
Wow.
That's the updated.
Yeah.
The updated Transformers. They're apps now.
I don't get any of these jokes.
Transformers are toys from the 80s.
That turn into abacuses?
Yes. They turn into primitive typewriters.
Awesome.
So anyway, so I bought a tablet to read comics, and one of the very first comics I bought was a book that had just come out that week, digitally only. It was Underwater Welder.
Yeah.
And that was like a month ago. And this just came out this past week physically?
2 weeks ago.
2 weeks ago.
Yeah.
Alright.
Yeah.
So, yeah,
So that's awesome.
Yeah, I'm
I like
special.
it. I like that they're doing that. You are special.
No, not special.
So, when you digitally download something like that, you keep it forever, right?
Yeah,
Okay, but you can't,
ideally.
right.
Yeah.
Okay. But you can't, but it's not made in such a way that you can just, send copies of it everywhere.
No,
Okay,
yeah.
I got you.
Nor can I print it out or anything like that. It
Okay.
is just on my tablet or my computer.
That's cool.
Or my phone, which would be a giant pain in the ass to read.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
I remember when I first got a smartphone, I got the comic app for
Right.
it. And then there were free comics, and one of them was Crisis on Infinite Earths #1. So I was like, fuck yeah, I'll read Crisis on my phone. A panel at a time.
Sometimes even only a word balloon
Yeah.
at a time.
Not an ideal comic reading experience.
Not really, yeah.
Brian John Mitchell should do comics on phones.
That would be perfect,
His
actually.
comics are, exactly formatted for
They'd
that.
actually be a little bigger on the phone.
Even on my, even on my
Even on
tiny
your
phone.
phone,
Yeah.
Your non-smartphone.
Yeah, my dumb phone.
Well, basically, you could just take pictures of every page and then just go through
Oh,
your
yeah.
gallery.
Wow. I'm just like you guys. I'm a big boy now. But me and Joe, being the, poor and lucky bastards that we are, we had to wait weeks after.
Well, I don't know why Joe had to wait.
I didn't have to.
Oh, okay.
I just wanted to buy a physical copy of this
Yeah.
one.
Alright.
Actually, I did buy digitally Lost Dogs.
Oh, yeah.
The book, the early book by Lemire that was recently reprinted. And I think I bought that a few weeks before it actually came in at the store.
Okay. Cool.
Yeah.
Cool.
Digital revolution.
It's all changing.
This is all changing. How
Yeah.
much did you pay for your copy?
Well, the cover price is $20.
Yeah.
But we discount everything at Mavericks 25% off if it's a graphic novel or a trade paperback or whatnot. So $15 is how much one would pay at Mavericks, but I work there, so I get a good discount too.
I paid $15.
Yeah. How would you?
I only paid about 11.
Nice.
Yeah. So
That's awesome.
Some discount.
Yeah, that was cool.
And one less giant book to clutter up my house.
Well, I haven't had that problem with it.
Just this specific book.
Just this one, yeah. Yeah. I lost my copy somehow. I was like, this will be convenient. Joe's got a copy, I've got a copy, Eric's got a digital copy. I'll pick it, we'll all read it. And it's so easy. And then I picked it and I went to read mine and I couldn't find it anywhere. And that was like a week ago and I still can't find my copy anywhere. And I know I brought it home, so I have no idea.
So you had to actually borrow Joe's copy so he couldn't read his.
Yeah.
So I don't know why Joe is here.
I had read it already.
Yeah, lucky that.
Which that is actually sort of surprising. I don't usually read, big graphic novels as soon as they come out. Usually they'll sit on my nightstand for months before I actually get to them, so...
Were you excited about this one?
I was excited about this one, yeah.
I know you've really been enjoying Animal Man and Swamp Thing.
Yeah,
Written by the same fella.
Well, no, he
Not
only
Swamp
writes
Thing.
Animal Man.
Oh. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, that's right. Scott Snyder did.
Yeah, he was writing Frankenstein. Jeff Lemire was writing
That's what
Frankenstein
it
for a
was.
while,
Yeah.
which is a sweet book that Matt Kent is now writing and still very good.
Jeff Lemire moved on to Justice League Dark.
Yes. But I was more excited for this book having read, Sweet Tooth. I've not read all of Sweet Tooth, but I've read quite a bit of it, and I like that a lot.
Yeah.
But I've also read the Essex County trilogy, which is amazing.
Really?
Yeah.
I haven't read that yet.
I highly recommend that book. So yeah, this book was much anticipated for me.
Sweet. Me as well.
Yeah, I was looking forward to it.
Yeah.
I don't think I'm as big a fan of Jeff Lemire, but, I did really like the first trade of Sweet Tooth that we reviewed for the show. And I liked that first issue of Animal Man that I read.
Yeah. Yeah, that's the only one I read, too.
I'm a fan, but, I'm so behind on everything, and
Yeah.
I was like, Sweet Tooth, I'll get that in trades, and then I've not gotten any.
Yeah, I recently sold off my single issues of Sweet Tooth. I think eventually I'll go back and get the full series in a trade collection.
I think I'm kind of waiting just for that series to end.
Mm-hmm.
Because it is ending.
Yeah.
And I don't know, it just seems to me to be easier to get into something after it's just done.
Yeah.
Because there's a goal at the end.
You don't have to keep up.
Right.
Hopefully, you can just buy it all.
Right. In my own sweet time.
Yeah. Sweet Tooth time.
Yeah.
Pardon me, Jason.
Oh. So, this book is dedicated to Gus.
Mm-hmm.
Is that
I'm guessing.
Gus from Sweet Tooth, or did he name his son Gus?
It's both.
Really? His son's Gus?
His son's name is Gus.
I did not know that.
And Gus is the main character in Sweet Tooth.
Yeah, I just assumed it was for Sweet Tooth.
I'm not sure who came first.
Well, how old is
Jeff
his son?
Lemire.
Yeah.
Well, Jeff Lemire, yeah. It says how old his son is here. Nah, it doesn't say how old he is.
Oh, that's interesting. Well, that's cool.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, because, it's, the crux of the book is kind of father-son relationships. So, that does make sense.
Yeah. Why didn't he dedicate it to his dad? Maybe his dad's name was Gus, too.
Oh.
Maybe his dad was a dick. He's an alcoholic who died.
I don't know why he named his son after an alcoholic dick who died. But you never know. Because Canadians are wacky.
Canadians are wacky. So they shouldn't be allowed to do things.
Polluting the Zeitgeist.
Yeah. I'm sure his father was a fine man.
Yeah, it was very nice.
I don't know a thing about Jeff Lemire. Other than he is...
Even how to pronounce his name.
Right,
We don't know. We have no idea.
We don't know for sure. All I know is that he's written a couple of comic books that I enjoyed.
Yeah.
Including, spoiler, this one.
Yay!
You guys?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
Really liked it. I had a hunch that you would like it, actually, because I know that you like sort of father-son stuff.
I do. I gotta say though, because I am a sucker for that kind of shit, in which, like, I will watch or read a father-son story, and it'll tear me up.
Yeah.
This did not.
No?
No. I mean, I still really enjoyed it, but yeah, just something about this one didn't entirely make that emotional connection with me.
Right.
Okay.
But it was still very good. If anything, like, I'm sure that this came from some sort of personal place from him.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I don't think you can write this kind of story and have it not be.
Right.
But at the same time, and this may be like the only negative thing that I really have to say, is that it just kept reminding me of a movie called Carnival of Souls.
Okay.
In which basically a woman dies, but she doesn't know that she's dead, and so she's stuck in this town and she can't leave because she's dead.
Okay.
Yeah.
Never seen it. Never.
Yeah, I haven't seen it either.
It's very old. It's in the public domain. I'm sure you can find a copy anyway.
On Bloodline Video.
Yeah.
You might be drawing a cover for it soon.
Actually, I think in the next season that Jason and I have to draw covers for,
Really?
I believe that movie is in there.
Wow.
I think so. Yeah.
Awesome. Cool.
I think that may even be on your list.
Yay! Well, I would watch it, but now there's a big spoiler and I have no interest.
So yeah. Very good stuff.
Yeah.
I liked it a lot.
Yeah, it's awesome. Where do we start on this?
It wasn't what I expected it to be. I will say that. Because I seem to recall hearing from someone, I don't know if it was you, Jason, or if it was just something that I read online, about how dangerous it is to be an underwater welder.
Oh, right.
It's like it's like a really high-paying, super dangerous profession.
There's a lot of
high mortality
on-job
rate.
casualties. Yeah.
Yeah. So I guess I expected it to be more about that, but it wasn't at all about that.
Yeah, it kind of surprised me too, because I didn't read any reviews or synopsis of it. Once I saw that he was doing the book, I was like, oh, I'll take it.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was pretty much the same way. Yeah, I had no idea what this book was going to be about. But then, I just wanted to read it.
Yeah.
So yeah, do we want to talk about what it was about?
It's about an underwater welder.
It is.
Yeah.
All right, we're done.
Done. Yeah.
Let's take a break.
On the podcast.
Yeah, it's Jack, is that his name?
Yes.
Jack and his wife Susan are about to have their baby.
Yep.
And he's an underwater welder, and she's
Pregnant lady.
pregnant lady staying at home. And he has to leave and go, half an hour away and spend like weeks at a time.
Yeah, he has to spend 2 weeks on this rig.
Yeah.
Welding pipe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He doesn't have to.
Well, it's his job.
Yeah. But I mean, I think it's worth mentioning that he's not, like, he could have taken the time off.
Right. Like it was offered, but
he chose to take this job during the sort of final weeks of his wife's pregnancy.
Well, he says, something about, like, I'll be back in a couple weeks before it's due or whatever.
Yeah.
So, like, he wants to be there for it, but he really wants to, like, go back out there for some reason. And you find out without spoiling too much, it's a certain time of year that is, it's Halloween, right?
Mm-hmm.
Is, very, connected to, tragedies from his youth. And he wants to, like, he feels compelled for some reason to go out there and, get underwater.
Yeah. Or just to be away from the town.
Right.
Because they're living in the town where he grew up.
Right. Yeah, how much do we spoil on this? Because, like, I mean, it's not it's like, a fourth of the way into the book, there's kind of a big reveal, but it's not like, it doesn't ruin the story. Do we want to go for that? Or?
Well, I've sort of already ruined it by saying, that I compared it to that movie.
Right.
But basically, this does take sort of a supernatural twist right in the middle.
Mm-hmm.
Where something happens. And when he, cause basically, I'll go ahead and spoil it. I'll take the heat.
Yeah, that's fine.
Spoiler.
Basically he leaves his wife. Cause, he has an accident, under the water, right after he first goes out on the job. And they send him home. and just something keeps compelling him to go back out into the sea. So he basically just leaves home one night and goes under the sea on his own without any supervision or help. And something horrible happens to him, and when he finally emerges, the entire town is deserted. And a long amount of time passes.
Yeah. Yeah, do they ever say how much time passes?
Yeah, I don't think so. But, I mean, it's enough for him to grow a full beard.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, like, days. Yeah.
Yeah. But I mean, the implication is that a lot of time has passed while he's underwater.
Right.
As well.
Yeah, because when he emerges, the rig is completely decayed and destroyed. And, yeah, the entire town is abandoned.
Yeah, it really has this, like, I love certain movies that contain these sort of scenes, like I Am Legend and 28 Days Later, like where someone is just like in the middle of a completely empty space that was once very lived in looking.
Mm-hmm.
I love those kind of things because I have like little fantasies about like, spending like a year in a completely personless environment, I think it comes with years of working with the public. It's not any people from my daily life, so don't be offended.
Yeah, that's funny because in most of the scenarios you're talking about, that's not a fantasy. That's a nightmare.
I know. I'm always like, wow. Yeah. You're so lucky. But,
Charlton Heston.
Yeah. I've been surprised any of this. But yeah, Will Smith. Yeah.
Yes.
Well, that's the one I was thinking of specifically because, like, the bigger budget, they showed a lot more emptiness. But yeah, like the scene where he's like walking through the town and you see like that. I think is it a 2-page spread that overview the whole city and like that's awesome. That's such a great.
It was only a little thing for me.
I thought it was.
Yeah. Oh, gotcha. Har har har.
Yeah.
This is where we start finding differences.
Did you have to rotate the tablet?
I had to rotate it in
Yeah.
order to see the full thing, and even then, I still had to like zoom in on like the captions. Right?
Yeah.
Because they were still very tiny.
That reminds me too. I was going to ask you about that, like, because like 100 pages in to the book, he's like, I'm going to leave this note and go back out to the sea, and and then like it's this back and forth between Susan and Jack, where you're like, is it Jack? Is that his name?
Yeah, it's Jack.
Where
We've been over this.
where you see Jack leaving and you see Susan like realizing he's gone, and like to me like that sort of reads like that could have been the end of the book. Maybe it's possible. And I was wondering like if you're reading it digitally, were there points where you had no idea how many pages were left?
As long as I keep clicking the side of the page, it'll take me to a new page.
But I mean, it doesn't say like you're on page 100 of 170 or something like that.
No, but I mean, it does have page numbers in the bottom.
Right.
And those were there.
But I'm saying, like,
But not of whatever. No, it does not.
Yeah, because I mean, when you're reading the physical copy, you have an idea
Right.
of how much is left based on how it feels in your hand.
Yeah, I thought about that when I was reading that.
I mean, if you're going through it, like, it's set up so that there's, like, touch areas on the screen. And basically, like, the left-hand side is to go back a page, the right-hand side is to go forward. And then if you hit, like, in the middle of the page, at the top of the page, or whatever, there's different things that happen. And one of that is that you can press, like, the middle of the page, and a thing will pop up and say you're on page 70 of 217 or whatever.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you could tell really easily.
Yeah.
Okay. Because, like, that would have bothered me, like, going, oh my god, is this, like, am I 2 pages away from the end of the book?
Right.
When there's actually another, like, 40-something, 50 pages or whatever.
Right. No, that doesn't bother me at all.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, unless it was bad.
Yeah.
Right. Like, if I was reading something terrible, and I'm just like, when is this fucking thing gonna end?
Well, I totally agree with that.
Yeah.
But I mean, I'm thinking, like, and if something's good, it wouldn't bother me. But if something's great, it would bother me too, because I'm like, this can't be almost over. Oh my god, no, there needs to be more and more. Like, that's kind of what I was thinking.
Yeah, I don't have that feeling about things like that.
Right. Okay.
I think that's, I've had a Kindle, for a little while, and, and I don't use it very much. And I think part of it is, like, there's a feeling of accomplishment that I get from reading a book and being able to track my progress reading a book by where my bookmark is in the book.
Right.
And when I'm just reading something on a Kindle or just a digital tablet or whatever, there's no psychological incentive to keep going.
There's not even like a bar, like, a timing bar.
There is in the Kindle. There's like a little bar, and it fills as you go. Right. So the closer you get to the end, the more of the bar is filled.
Right.
But that's not the same.
Yeah.
It's not the same as being able to hold the book and like, wow, look how far I am.
Yeah, that's true. And like sit it down on a table and like a 400-page book that's your bookmarks on page like 350, and you get people looking at you like, nice, smart guy.
Yeah, I have to trick myself into reading books.
You hide like a tasty sweet treat somewhere in the middle. Like,
the book is just hollowed out.
Who knows what page it's on? Could be page 20, could be page 170.
I lose the content on all the pages that are hollowed out, but it's so worth it.
Because you get to eat those sweets.
Damn right.
What you should do is, because I would say that the three of us in here are all trying to eat healthier now.
Mm-hmm.
So what you should do is you should have Jenny, your wife, because you can't do this yourself for these reasons.
Right.
But you're gonna have her, without your knowledge, just flip to a random page in the book and stick a $20 bill in there.
Oh.
And then your incentive is, I'm gonna get that $20.
That's a good idea, actually.
It should at least be in the second half.
It should be towards the back.
It's 15 pages in, I just won $20.
Yeah.
Well done with this book. It's worthless now.
I didn't even have to finish the introduction.
I would assume that Jenny is smart enough to do that on her own. We know that she already made the horrible mistake of marrying Joe.
Right.
That's true.
Yeah, she's been scrutinizing every decision since.
So yes. Underwater Welder.
Yes.
Yeah,
And- No, I was just going to say that, sort of going on what you were talking about just sort of things that have it's sort of a trope, I guess, of the last man on Earth type thing.
Yeah.
And I think in the introduction, Damon Lindelof says that it's the best episode of the Twilight Zone that he's never seen before.
Right.
And it did feel very much, because there are several episodes of the Twilight Zone where it's one person or a group of people who are completely isolated from other people. I thought that was cool, because I like the Twilight Zone. I like that kind of stuff.
That was a very astute comparison, It has, not just because of that scenario, but it has that tone throughout, like that sort of
moral, lesson that is learned at the end.
Right.
Yeah.
But like creepiness too, and
Right.
And Rod Serling was in it too. So
Yeah,
that was
right.
cool.
No, he was not. The man's passed away.
Yeah.
There was, what was it? I think it was Patton Oswalt that said the original title for Twilight Zone was "Assholes Getting Their Comeuppance."
Oh
Yeah, that's pretty spot on.
Yeah, that's also maybe a weak area that I have in this book is that I don't think the characters are as likable as they're supposed to be.
Okay.
Eventually you begin to sympathize with Jack, but I still just never felt that connection that I think I was supposed to feel with him. Especially when he abandons his wife and unborn child. But then at the same time, she doesn't come off the best either in the first part of the story.
Yeah. She is sort of a nag.
Yeah.
Well, at the beginning, though, they're very playful together, and it seems like they're very happy together. Like they have a good rapport and everything. So, they build up enough that I think they're likable from the beginning. I just don't think I wasn't rooting for him so much as really kind of gripped by his adventure or whatever.
Right.
But I thought they gave you enough that you felt like you knew him, but maybe not so much that you were rooting for him. But it just added a little bit, like to feel like he was fleshed out as a person. So I thought it was very well done. I haven't read everything Jeff has done, but I honestly think it's my
first name messes with him.
Yeah. I don't want to mess up his last name. I think it's definitely my favorite thing I've ever read by him, though. Which I love Sweet Tooth, so I mean that's saying a lot, because I think it was just a great one chunk story where Sweet Tooth's more like a continuing saga,
Right.
But I loved it. I thought it was awesome.
Well, I think there's something to be said for the one and done format.
Yeah.
Which, I'm always gonna prefer that over, an ongoing serial. Even if it is gonna end at some point, it's still, thousands more pages than this to read.
Right.
Yeah. I actually, I don't want this to sound like I didn't like the book, because I really liked the book. Mm-hmm. But I actually sort of think that of what I've read of his, this is probably the weakest thing.
Wow, really?
Yeah. Which is like saying, like, this is my least favorite type of candy or something, because it's all great. But, like...
You like all candy? Candy cigarettes, really?
Alright, fine. Butterscotch? Butterscotch is okay. Yeah. I don't like anything with coconut in it, so I should say that. But I guess, like...
Mounds or Almond Joy?
No. But yeah, I guess, like, I was sort of comparing it in my head to Essex County the whole time that I was reading it. Mm-hmm. Just cause, like, that and this, I feel like, are the two sort of mainstream, or not mainstream, but completely independent things that I've read, cause, Sweet Tooth is a Vertigo book, so it's got the touch of DC on it, sort of.
Right, it's got the editors.
Yeah.
I'm sure this had some sort of editorial influence, but it seems like, these things are more of his babies.
Yeah. And it might just be because, to me, the Essex County trilogy is so amazing that I felt, I don't want to say that I thought this was lacking.
Right.
But it wasn't as good as I had hoped it would be.
I'm actually excited to hear you say that, because that makes me want to read Essex County that much more. If you think it's even better than this.
Yeah. I would say that.
That's awesome.
So is this the first repeat creator for a book that you've reviewed?
So,
no? Okay.
Not at all.
Okay, never mind then.
This is the first time we've had, sort of. It's the first time that we've had a repeat guest on a show with the same creator.
Wow. That's like a sports statistic. This is the first non-raining Thursday that we've recorded after 6 o'clock while eating Chinese food.
But it doesn't count, though, because you weren't officially here when we reviewed Sweet Tooth.
Right.
But you were here when we reviewed Sweet Tooth.
Yeah. What happened? How did that? Oh, was Jeff Loeb on the show?
Yeah, that was the Jeff Loeb episodes.
That's awesome.
I had completely forgotten that was Sweet Tooth.
Yep.
So yeah, I want to make sure it's clear that I'm not saying I didn't like the book, because I really
it's very clear that you hated this book.
It's awesome, though.
I'm so upset with
my
you.
work here is done.
Like, I think it's so well paced. Well, I mean, because there's tons of flashbacks in this book, and sometimes that can really jar the pacing of a story. But I think it's so well put together. I mean, you can tell, like he says, it took him from 08 to 12 to do it. And granted, he was doing other stuff too, but, I really think it was something that seems like, a lot of thought was put into, a lot of choices that he made as far as what to show and how to show it and the pace at which to reveal things. And
Well, I think that, part of it is that he's not just throwing in the flashbacks willy-nilly.
Right.
They are very deliberate. They happen at key moments, when the character is, doing a certain thing. And then they, of course, really hit, towards the middle to the end of the book when, he's isolated and alone and he's trying to figure out what's going on.
Right.
But like, in the real moments, when he's interacting with, his wife and his coworkers and his mom, we don't get those. And if it'd be like, it would be, like if he had just been talking to his mom and all of a sudden there's just a flashback.
Right.
Yeah. But he puts them in, like, very deliberately, and it works very well.
Yeah. The flashbacks are very organic, and they all serve an important purpose.
Right.
Yeah, it's almost seamless. Like, there's even some where, like, it's not like one panel is the present and the next panel is the past. It even sort of blends where there's, like, characters, you're like, whoa, that guy, isn't in the present, and then all of a sudden, like, the next panel, like, everything is from the past as opposed to just, cutting from one to the other. So, yeah, it's really well done.
Yeah.
I'll say, I finished reading this book today, and it took me about the entire week to finally get around to start reading it. It's not like I would read, like, a couple pages at a time here and there, but I read the bulk of it between last night and today. And so then at the end, I was like, I'm iffy on, like, some of the parts in the beginning. So I was able to basically skim the entire book again and, like, pick up everything that I missed without, losing anything, from the later part of it. And I think that's just with me, like, barely reading any of it, just looking at the imagery. And that's another testament to, his artwork.
Mm-hmm.
It's just that I was able to pick up, like, a good chunk of the story, just by glancing.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
It tells it. He's a good visual storyteller.
Yeah.
I actually woke up like 8 o'clock on Thursday morning. I didn't have to be at work till noon, and I read it at like 8:30 in the morning. I just sit down, and like the house was completely quiet, and it was awesome. Like it was like a perfect atmosphere for a story like that. And I just read it before breakfast. But, yeah, very, very Twilight Zone feel. Very like you said, there is a moral. I mean, it's about I don't know, a better way to live your life, maybe.
Right.
But
well, don't. You gotta stay focused on what your responsibilities are, and not just take off on flights of fancy. I think is pretty much what it is.
Right.
With great power comes great responsibility.
Yeah.
Wow. Yeah, that's the tagline for this character. Yeah, but it is dark, and it has an awesome like psychological horror kind of aspect to it, where he's trapped and like things repeating, and he's alone, and like it is like a really, really good episode of one of those like Outer Limits or Twilight Zones.
But it's a Twilight Zone.
Yeah.
Outer Limits is not great.
Oh, I disagree. I love Outer
It's
Limits.
fun, but Twilight Zone is the superior show.
Yeah, Twilight Zone's awesome.
Outer Limits is, I use this analogy a lot. It's the retarded cousin of Twilight Zone.
Oh, I love the Outer Limits. I used to get this from the library.
It's the Roger Corman version of Twilight Zone.
I've only ever seen one episode of The Outer Limits, and it's the one that Alan Moore ripped off in the end of Watchmen. I'm sorry, borrowed from.
Oh. It's not theft, it's homage.
Exactly. So yeah, I don't know. I don't know what else to say. Do you want to talk about the art at all?
Sure.
Yeah, let's talk about that, guys.
Do you guys like the art?
I do.
Fucking love his art.
Yeah.
I mean, he's definitely got a definitive style. It's if you're not used to that type of style, it can throw you off. But he's definitely a great storyteller, and he definitely knows how to maximize the use of lines.
Yeah. I felt like this was a little looser than what I'm used to seeing from him. which I think really works.
Yeah.
Really works very well, especially for the underwater scenes.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah, he's got a really loose, just flowy style. I mean, it just moves. It's,
Very good use of ink tones.
Yes.
And washes throughout, too.
Definitely.
I gotta say, like, cause, when Jason brought over the book, I wanted to flip through it just to see if there were any differences between this and the digital version. There weren't, but I thought the art was muddy in the printed version, whereas in the digital one it's very crisp and clean.
Interesting.
But at the same time, like, not to the detriment of it. Or the printed version.
Yeah.
Like, it could just be like the look of the paper as well. That lends the printed book version, that.
Oh, yeah.
Like the non-Christmas of it doesn't take away from it.
Right.
The printed version just because of the paper. But, I was almost shocked to see how much of a difference in clarity there was.
Wow.
Interesting. Underwater welder.
Sorry, I was just thinking about other printed things that weren't printed very clearly that I've been involved with in the past day.
It'll be okay. Yeah, well, if you're in the Dayton area, I know Mavericks is getting 3 more copies of Underwater Welder in Wednesday.
Yeah.
Because we got 4 and we sold them all by now, so that's pretty awesome.
Yeah. Or you can go to jackmavericks.com and click on the Comixology link and order a digital copy through the Maverick store.
There you go.
Hell yeah.
Which is what I did.
Sweet.
So you got that whole 10 cents.
Awesome. I think it's upwards of 30 cents.
Ooh.
Rolling in it.
Yeah.
That's just because that one's more expensive than usual usual books.
So that's why I went up to 10.
Yeah.
I thought I was aiming high.
Actually, there might only be 2 copies available because I might have to buy another copy. So weird. Like we were talking about, it's like, it's thick. It's like, what, 200 pages close to?
Yeah.
220.
Like, how would I have lost that in a week? Like, I have no idea. Like, I don't think it lasted, like, like I got home at midnight or whatever and I took my comics home with me and I set them down and I've never seen it since then. So it's like, it didn't even last like the 7 or 8 hours that I slept until it was gone.
Well, yeah, I mean, it's not like you just lost that. You lost all of the books from that week.
Yeah, everything I bought. But I know I brought them home because I also had Kathleen's books. I bought her books, and they were sitting in my room. But I always like put hers off to the side so I can remember to take them to her. Mm-hmm. But I have no idea what I would have done with mine. But I know
maybe your mom threw them out. She's just tired of all your crap cluttering out the house.
You know what? Man, if I can tell you, it's an age-old story of mom throwing out a kid's comics.
Yeah. Oh, but usually aren't they like away at the military?
Corrupting the youth.
Oh, no. My mom threw out comics just when I was at school.
Oh, man.
I used to have a huge collection of Garbage Pail Kids that she just tossed in the trash.
Are you serious?
Yep.
That sucks.
Do you guys want to go help me beat up my mom?
Yeah.
All right.
Oh,
I think 3 of us can take
your
it.
ailing mom who just got out of the hospital?
Yeah.
Fuck yes.
Good call, yeah.
I think the 3 of us combined can handle that.
Maybe. We better go get, saps and fistic, like, billy clubs, too.
Is Doogie gonna be there?
Oh, yeah.
He can help us out.
Well, he's just going to be asleep.
Oh, yeah, that's
Yeah. Sweet.
Oh, yeah.
Well, I think I'm done.
Yeah, I don't know what else to say about it other than to heap more praise.
Yeah.
Because it was an excellent book.
Heavily recommended.
Definitely. Top shelf. You guys are awesome.
Yeah. All right, then. We'll take a break. We'll be right back.
All right.
Submit and reveal what you hide and conceal. Open up and enable. Put your cards on the table.
Hey! Welcome back, guys.
Hello!
Hey! What up? I think I need new glasses.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
How come?
I find myself squinting quite a bit.
Oh.
Yeah.
When's the last time you got glasses?
Little over a year.
Okay.
Yeah.
You know,
It's been 7 years since I last got glasses.
Wow.
wow. I was thinking I needed new glasses. Why don't we just trade them? We'll both have new glasses.
Okay, yeah. I like my frames.
Yeah. Yeah.
Horn rims I don't think would work on me.
Are these aren't horn rims, are they? Horn
kind
rims.
of.
They are kind of. They're,
Yeah.
Artcraft Compartmental.
What?
That's the name of the brand.
All I know is that if I get new glasses, I'm not getting those type. Well, A, they look stupid. And B, I have a friend who works at iMart, and she complains that it's the kind that don't have the frame at the bottom of the lens.
Oh,
It's
right.
basically held in by a wire. And she says it is an absolute pain in the ass to get a lens into those type of frames.
Ooh, right. Are these?
Yeah, they've got a little wire.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. I don't know what type of frames I would get if I had new glasses.
You should get goggles. Yeah, Chris Sabo.
Yeah. Yeah. He was lens crafters, right?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah. They probably still have some dusty pairs in the back room. Chris Sabo was a local baseball player, for those that don't know. In the 90s. And he did lens crafters commercials. Yeah. Wow, that guy.
Yeah. So yeah, what's up? What's new? What's happening? What's going on? What's the shakes? I don't know what that means.
I had an encounter with a drunk man today.
Oh yeah.
Ooh.
Yeah. It was pretty cool.
Was it Eric?
No. No, he was just high on meth.
Okay.
Yeah. You know, me and
It's Sunday. That's what I do on Sundays.
It's the Lord's Day. You can't drink. No, me and Zippy stopped in a gas station to get a snack before we went record shopping because we don't want to be confused and like weak while looking through records.
Naturally.
So I got a pack of peanuts and I was waiting in line and there was this really old drunk man. And this is like, 2:30, 3 o'clock, something like that, in line in front of us, and he's like trying to, buy a beer. And the guy at the counter is sort of laughing him off because the old guy, he like was slurring every word and he had this like 80-year-old like cigarette voice. And so like you could really hardly ever understand anything he said other than like occasionally he said cigarettes and fuck. He was like, cigarette, fuck, and the guy was like, he's like, get out of my store, and he just kept yelling at him, and the guy kept like laughing and asking for cigarettes and saying the F word, and eventually the guy at the counter was like, I'm gonna hit you in the head, get out of my store. And then after he told him that like 4 times, he eventually did leave, and then we got outside, and I'm wearing this the Emerald Yeti T-shirt that I got from Ken Minter, and the old guy was still like stumbling through the parking lot, and we had to walk past him to get to my car. And so as we're walking past, he turns and looks and he goes, "Hey, Jolly Green Giant!" Just pointing at, and he goes, "Did you know? Mamas hate daddies. Daddies hate mamas. Jimmy Dean sausage." And then he walked away. Those are all exact quotes. It was amazing.
You can read the further adventures of deranged drunk man in an upcoming issue of Veggie Dog Saturn.
Possibly. And then there was like we pulled out of the gas station. We were at a stoplight, and this rather well endowed female jogger was jogging by, and
I approve.
and And the old guy was at the corner by this point, and he was like, "Hey, hey!" And he's like holding up his finger and like trying to make eye contact with her, and she just shoots on by. And I was like, "Smart decision." Because who knows for how that would have went. Or we all know how that would have.
You're talking rape, right?
Or at least some inappropriate, fondling. He was not in any shape to be out and about
Alive.
Yeah. It was horrible. But yeah, that was my morning.
Wasn't it like 2 o'clock at that point?
Yeah.
Good morning.
It's Sunday, you sleep in.
Yeah, that's true.
Anything else fun going on, fellers?
Not really.
Nope.
No. I read a bunch of Starman comics last night.
Yeah. God
It's awesome.
damn it.
Yeah.
Someday.
Yeah.
Are you trying to catch up with that one?
No, he got a bunch of doubles, when he bought a lot on eBay, and I have, like, some trades and some single issues, and I was trying to figure out which ones I have that, I guess I'm looking for a more consistent collection in my collection.
Okay.
Whereas, yeah, I think I'm trying to replace the trades with the single issues if he has those issues that are available, but
Yeah.
I keep forgetting to look.
Yeah, I've got extras of about half the series, I
Yeah.
want to say. Because I had started putting it together, and then I found a lot of the full series on eBay for like less than 50 cents an issue or something, so I
Right.
just went ahead and bought the whole thing.
That's awesome.
So yeah. I'm digging it. I like it a lot.
Awesome. I enjoyed it up to issue 50.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I forgot to mention too, I did get a package of Rob Liefeld comics in the mail yesterday from mycomicshop.com. And I swear, I've looked, like if you go to Rob Liefeld's Wikipedia page, it gives a list of everything that he's drawn the insides of. Other than X-Men 245, I own everything on that list at this point.
Now, Jason. Two questions. Why?
Follow it up. Why?
Ever since we read The Infinite, I've sort of had this taste to revisit all of his stuff, and I kind of look at it differently than I did before. Where I really think I come at it he's just a 13-year-old boy in a 40-year-old body writing the kind of stories that all 13-year-old boys would want to see, and I think it's awesome.
All right.
It's fun. It's not good all the time, or even a lot of the time. But
Or all the time.
but I think it's always fun. I enjoy it. I've been reading. The only thing I'm current on that he's doing now is Deathstroke. I've read all those.
Gotcha. And then the other question I had was, did we not just this past Tuesday discover a comic that he did interiors on that was not on your little list?
It's true. Extreme. What was it called?
I don't
Extreme
know.
something or other.
Extreme garbage shit pile number
Extreme
0.
awesome maximum. Blood.
Ultimate unlimited.
That was it. Well, yeah, because he did the wraparound cover, and that's awesome. I'll buy a wraparound cover for 50 cents that he did, but he's done so many covers, I'm not buying all the covers they did. But yeah, that one was not on the list, but he only drew a bit of it, because, it's one of those books that...
Was it Darker Image?
No, it wasn't. It wasn't that one. It was Extreme Sacrifice.
Yeah, that's right.
But awesome wraparound cover, man. But
No, it wasn't awesome.
oh, you're right, it was
Awesome Entertainment?
No.
But yeah, I didn't list that one. But he clearly did draw some of the inside. But maybe they're just listing ones that he drew the whole thing. I don't know.
Maybe.
You should find comicbookdatabase.com. That'll give you a pretty good listing of...
The search might be on. So.
Yeah.
Yeah. Did he do some of the Image hardcover? What was originally the 10th anniversary book?
I don't think he was involved at that point. I
Really?
think he was still on the outs with Image at that point.
Okay.
I think that was just Silvestri, Valentino, Larson, and McFarlane.
Is that the one that Kirkman was writing? Or what was that one?
That's Image United.
Yeah.
Did he do any of that? Because I don't have any of those.
I don't know.
I don't think
he was supposed to have.
Right.
Wasn't all the Image people supposed to...
Well, maybe that's why it was never finished.
Well,
Yeah.
that's exactly why it was never finished. And I'm guessing that falls entirely on one Mr. McFarlane.
Yeah.
But yeah, mycomicshop.com, pretty cool place.
Yeah, I've used them
Got
quite a
some
few
good
times.
deals from them. Like a lot of stuff that I bought was less than cover price, or
Yep.
even some of it was less than $1.
That's cool.
Um,
There was one issue of the Starman run, which was not actually an issue of Starman. It was an issue of Showcase 95 that I was
Oh.
looking for. And my comic shop had it on eBay for $10.
Whoa, really?
Yeah, so I didn't buy it from them.
Wow.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Is it rare? I mean, is that what it goes
It's I don't know if that's what it goes for. It doesn't pop up very often. But that copy's been on there for a long time. The one that I got for like $4 in an actual auction setting. And I didn't. It's the one that it's the issue of the run that I paid the most for.
Wow.
I don't think I paid more than $1 an issue for
Was that your
many
rule?
of them. That was my rule. Yeah.
See, I had the same rule with the Liefeld books. I was like, I won't pay more than $1 per Liefeld book. But when it got down to the end, the only, like, this last order that I got, I actually paid $4.50 for one issue of the Heroes Reborn Avengers he drew, just because it was, like, the last thing I needed, and it was like, they had it, and I was like, I can't find it anywhere else.
Yeah, that's worth it at that point.
Could have asked me. I think I have...
Ah!
Although he didn't draw those.
Yeah. Or maybe it wasn't Heroes Reborn Avengers, but it was Avengers Volume 3. He definitely drew the ones I got. I've looked inside of them.
That was Chap Yap.
That might be a different Avengers series.
I don't think Rebel Films has ever been involved with the Avengers otherwise.
I've held it in my hands.
He did covers.
No,
And he wrote them.
wrote. He drew these. Yeah.
Hey, wouldn't it be cool if the Avengers
Because
fought Galactus?
he drew Captain America.
Yeah.
That was his book. And then he got the Avengers, and I think it was a completely different artist on those.
Really?
Until he got fired.
Hmm.
And Jim Lee did all of them. Or Wildstorm did all of them.
Yeah.
Well, I'll have to double check, but I know he at least did some of the covers and like his name's.
Oh, I know he did the covers and his name's on them.
Right.
But yeah, he didn't draw them.
Okay, because I haven't read those yet.
Yeah.
I've only been reading Deathstroke lately.
There.
So.
He did not draw the Avengers. I can guarantee you that.
Ooh, uh-oh. Then I will expel them from my collection.
Alright.
In a cleansing fire.
Yeah.
I know you think that he drew the new Youngblood series out, and he also did not.
He did part of the first one. He did. Yeah, he didn't know
All the
the whole
preview
thing.
pages I saw was not his art.
Alright.
Well, if you're gonna market a book, you
Yeah.
don't market it with Rob Liefeld arts. You want people to buy it.
People are still buying Deathstroke, and they were buying the Infinite. That didn't get canceled because of low sales. It got canceled because someone's a baby.
Kirkman, we're talking to you.
Yeah.
Jason, you're not really buying them though, because you get them with your trade.
I spent $30 in the last 2 weeks online.
But I mean, like the
new ones,
Deathstroke,
yeah.
and the Infinite, and all that stuff.
Yeah, because part of my last raise was like $1 an hour in store credit. So yeah, I spend like $40 a week on comics, and I usually don't pay. I haven't bought a comic for cash at Mavericks in years. So,
Yeah.
I recently there's a local store here called Fearless Readers. They're mostly a warehouse distributor. They mostly deal online. And I ordered like a bunch of trades like last week, something like that. And because they're local, I was like, hey, I'll go pick those up rather than pay $6 in shipping.
Right.
And they eventually got back to me. and but they said that they were only going to be open until 5, and I usually don't get back in town from work until about 5. So I emailed Jason to see if he was going out there, and he was not. But he said he needed to because he also had a shipment of books. It's like, well, if I can make it in time, I'll try to go there. And, hey, do you want me to pick up your books? And he's like, that'd be great. So I went down there, I made it in time. And so the woman that works there, I don't know her name.
Well, I've never seen a lady there.
I think it's Bill's wife. She was going through the will call file. She found my stack of books. And I was like, okay, and I need to pick up Jason Young's books. So she goes through the file. She can't find them. And in her hand, I can see she's holding one pile of books and the second pile of books. And the second pile, because you can only see like the title, because like the front of the book is covered by the invoice.
Right.
And I can see Captain America. And I'm like, oh, I bet that's Jason's.
The Rob Liefeld.
The Rob Liefeld Captain America. And she can't find it, and she's like, what's the name again? I was like, it's Jason Young. And like, I was like, well, why can't you find this? He knows you people.
And she said, what do you mean, you people?
Sorry.
She's like, well, let me go look online and see, what it is. And so she goes online and she's like, no, I don't have anything for Jason Young. And so she calls her husband, Bill. And she's like, yeah, I'm looking for a file for a pile of comics for Jason Young. And she's like, oh, okay. And she hangs up and she's like, it's under Jack. It was under Jack Poland from Mavericks. And so she goes back through the will call pile. It was those issues of Captain America.
That makes perfect sense.
Yeah.
Jason? Rebuttal.
No, it's true. Well, I ordered them I paid for them using our PayPal account at Mavericks. And I just gave Jack the cash for it. So yeah, that's my rebuttal.
Well, I'm still trying to clean my car from transferring Rob Liefeld comics all the way from downtown Dayton to Kettering.
There's like a half dozen of them, too.
Yikes. That's a lot of stank to wash out of
Yeah,
there.
it is.
It was funny, too. I was looking at, one of the ones I got was an issue of Marvel Comics Presents from the 80s or early 90s. And, you know how they always have like 3 or 4 stories in there?
Yeah.
And Rob Liefeld drew the final story, and it was only like, at the most it was 8 pages. It was probably like 6 pages.
I think it's 8 pages.
And then like, you're flipping through it, and all of a sudden one page in the middle of the story is drawn by Jay Lee. And I was like, what? And I what? And yeah, every page before and after that story was Rob Liefeld. And I looked at the credits at the beginning and it says, artist Rob Liefeld / Jay Lee. And I was like, was one page just so awful that they were like, Jay, please help us out. Like, I wonder why that happened.
They could have that guy with his feet up on a desk.
Yeah, because it wasn't.
And he can't draw paints.
Yeah.
Get Jay Lee to fill that shit in.
Well, I was like, unless he draws them out of order, you'd think like,
Oh, I am guaranteeing that he doesn't draw any of his books in order.
in order.
Yeah.
I was like, because
that would require some sort of sense and thought.
Because, you're thinking, like, if the last page maybe it wasn't drawn by him, maybe he just didn't meet the deadline.
Right.
But yeah, maybe he drew them out of order. Or it was so bad.
Yeah. No, that's funny because there was an issue of Starman that I read, and it had, Alan Scott and Batman and a couple other characters in it. And it was drawn by Tony Harris and, like, Rick Burchett or something. And Rick Burchett drew, like, all of the storytelling pages, basically, and Tony Harris drew all of the splash pages.
Are their styles similar? I'm not familiar with Burchett.
No.
Rick Burchett, he has worked a lot on, the DC animated properties.
Mm-hmm.
Like the comic adaptations.
Right.
I mean, he's really good.
Yeah.
But yeah.
That's way different. Yeah.
Yeah, he doesn't do a lot of regular DC Universe work.
Yeah, there's Jay Lee right now. It popped up on the screensaver. Yeah, and it's kind of, I mean, like, granted, it was back then where Jay Lee's style was different than it is now.
Yeah,
but,
very different.
But still, I mean, yeah. I mean, it was like...
Even back then.
Yeah, even then, it's a little different. Pretty awesome.
Yeah. You guys haven't read Batman number 12 yet, have you?
I don't know.
Okay.
We talked about it.
Yeah, we talked about the
Yeah.
artist shift at the end of that issue.
Yeah. Becky Cloonan
Yeah,
drew Batman number 12. The first woman to ever work on any of the main Batman titles. Like, I was flipping through it when I stopped in on Saturday, and, like, I got to the end, and, like, it was a completely different style of art in, like, the last 8 pages or so. And I know that in the previous issues there's been a backup story. So I asked Joe, I was like, is this a backup story? He's like, no, it continues from, like, the main story. I was like, what the fuck?
That's why you can't let a woman try to draw a Batman.
Well, here's the thing about that, because there's also James Tynion, who has been doing or co-writing the backup stories,
Right.
is also credited as a co-writer just for that chunk of pages that has a different artist. Andy Clark did the final 8 pages or so of the book, and Becky Cloonan did the first 21, I think.
Right.
So, a full issue's worth, as
Right.
you pointed out, I think, on Saturday. But,
Yeah.
but still a very jarring shift
Right.
in style.
So Andy Clark isn't bad, but
Yeah.
he's not Becky Cloonan.
Right.
Right.
And I just, I wonder if that was planned, or if if there was something that needed to be changed at the last minute in those pages, and they couldn't get Becky Cloonan to do it, or
She was drawing Conan or something.
yeah, or something like that. I don't know. It just seemed weird that there would be another writer and a different artist just for those 8 pages of
Right.
what is a full issue story.
And that writer, James Tynion, like, he has been writing the backups.
Yeah.
With Scott Snyder.
Yeah. So
And
it's
I
not
think
like he's completely new or
Right.
something.
He's doing the Talon spin-off that's coming out.
Right. But yeah, it just struck me as very strange.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Anywho.
Anyhow.
I'm feeling fat and happy from a delicious Chinese
Oh,
meal.
man,
That was great.
Yeah. Good stuff. Yeah. Ooh, I got leftovers too.
Nice.
Breakfast.
And I am actually still starving.
Oh.
But it was excellent.
Yeah.
Yeah, good choice.
Yeah. Joe found us a new place.
Mm-hmm.
I do my best.
Yeah. Do better the rest of the time. You did good
Food's
today.
what I'm good at.
You did good today.
Yeah.
The rest of the time, you need to really up it up.
Okay. I make no promises.
All right. That's fair.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah, I got nothing.
Yeah.
you mean to pick a movie then?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I've still got 2 in mind right now, and I'll tell you what, I'm gonna pick this one,
Okay.
not knowing if we have access to this movie. Like, I don't even know if Netflix has it yet.
Oh. Okay.
So, like,
I don't want to see that movie that I think you're going to mention.
oh, it's not whatever you're thinking.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
I know it's a movie that you want to see, but
Okay. So,
I want to watch Island of the Dead, the George Romero. Is that the final? His most recent of the Dead?
Survival of the Dead?
Is it Survival of the Dead? I was thinking it was Island of the Dead.
I think there is one called Island of the Dead, but I don't know if it's a Romero.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Well, so if it's Survival of the, it's the Romero one that I want to see, but
Okay.
I can't remember what it's called.
Should we look this up before? Okay, Joe's bringing out his phone.
Oh, cool. Because if not, I've got another one in mind.
All
I
right.
know.
Because, I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if Romero's working on something else and it's called Island of the Dead or whatever, but
Right.
if you're talking about his last one,
Like, I mean, it's very recent, right? It's not the one that's like, because I saw one that was like a handheld.
That was Diary of the Dead.
That was Diary. Okay, yeah, it's the one.
The one after that is Survival of the Dead.
Okay, yeah, that's the one I was thinking.
Okay.
Survival of the Dead. Well,
Yeah, Survival of the Dead is from 2009.
Yeah.
Really? I was thinking this was a
Yeah,
newer.
yeah, it's been out for a while.
Wow. Well, I don't know if that's what I'm thinking of then. Do you have a copy of that?
No.
Okay.
No.
Survival of the Dead, 2009 film directed by George Romero as part of the Living Dead series, originally titled Island of the Dead.
That's what I'm thinking.
Okay.
Because I was thinking it was called Island. Okay. Well, yeah, is that cool?
Why wouldn't it be?
Okay. Well, I mean, if Netflix has it, or if you had a copy.
Netflix has it.
Okay.
If it's been out since 2009, it's probably on DVD by now.
Is that how that works?
I think it came out on DVD. Like, it didn't get released in the theaters.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay.
So yeah, Survival of the Dead. I'm down. Yeah.
That's what I want to watch.
All right then.
Yay.
All right.
Well, enjoy your movie, guys.
We will. You can watch it too.
Can I?
Yeah, you can't be on the
Am I
show.
allowed?
You're allowed.
Now I've got Spider-Man cartoons to watch.
Oh. Which one?
Don't we
Still
all?
working my way through Amazing Friends.
Yeah.
Aren't we all?
Yeah.
Have you made it to the 7 Little Superheroes yet?
I have not, no.
Or
no.
7 Deadly Superheroes, or whatever it's called.
Some little superhero.
Yeah.
The one I watched
That one's
today was Spider-Man Meets the Girl from Tomorrow.
Oh?
It's a spaceship from the future travels back in time and lands on Earth, and they have to stop Dr. Octopus from stealing it so that he can use it as his ultimate getaway vehicle.
I think that's the last episode of that series.
Is it?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah. Because
Oh.
there was only like 26 episodes total.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh no.
Sorry?
Did they
That's
fall in
okay.
love?
They do fall in love.
Of course they do.
And Peter decides to go to the future with them. And so they leave and they go back 500 years into the future. And the girl's dad basically says no, he can't stay because he has all of these viruses from primitive Earth that we don't have any defense against.
Got him from Firestar.
Oh,
Yeah.
Or Miss Lion.
So they send him back, and the end of the episode is him gazing up into the stars.
That's depressing.
It is
Yeah.
super fucking
Did
depressing.
Mark Kozlik write that episode?
He might have. I don't think so.
Super.
So yeah, I hope that's not the last episode of the series, because that's a down note to end on.
Did you ever see the last episode of Futurama before they brought it back? It's the one where...
Is that the dog one?
No. Oh, man, that would have been
Good lord.
horrible. But,
The dog.
oh my god, it is the most depressing thing that has ever been on television.
Really?
Yeah.
The one, you've never seen the one with Fry's dog?
Uh-uh.
Oh man, it will fucking wreck you.
Really?
Yes.
Really? Huh. Okay.
But, no, the last one before, like when it was canceled, before they brought it back, was, the one where Fry, sells his soul to the robot devil. And he gets the, robot hands to make music.
Man. That one's great.
Yeah, and, that ends on a pretty, it's an uplifting, but also very down note.
Yeah.
Oh.
Very, Flowers for Algernon kind of way. But with more devil.
Yeah. Robot devil.
Yeah.
Wow. See, I haven't seen either of those. I'll have to brush up.
Alright.
Yeah.
Yeah. Sorry I didn't have a better week, guys.
No, you can't see the 40-year-old boy every week.
I know.
Yeah.
Thanks for having me on.
But thanks for being on.
Yeah, you're the
My
best.
pleasure.
I appreciate
Enjoy
it.
having you here.
Anytime.
The man.
Not thanks.
No, that's fine.
Okay.
I don't really like zombies. Not really into zombies.
Huh.
Yeah.
That's fine.
Okay.
It's not for everybody.
No?
It's not even for me, and I actually like zombies. But I would be perfectly okay if I never saw another zombie thing ever again.
Yeah.
Spoiler
They're
for
just-
next week.
I will be willing to judge it on its merits.
Sweet.
Or not. But no, I mean, just zombies are kind of played out.
Yeah.
And, I feel like there's just been a lot of
stories,
it's a glut out there. So,
yeah.
and then not very many of the zombie movies that come out are very original in their takes.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
At least not in the last 15 years. Yeah.
Right. Yeah. But I'm always willing to give George Romero a try. Give him the benefit of the doubt. So he's the guy that did it first.
That's right.
Yeah.
And so far, I'd say did it best, probably.
I would say the best. Yeah.
Shaun of the Dead.
Nick Frost.
Shaun of the Dead, yeah. Return of the Living Dead.
That one's awesome.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, they're all so different, though.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah. Exactly. When they're different, then
Yeah.
I can really get a kick out of
Because,
them.
yeah, I think, I don't know. I like Romero, and I like Shaun of the Dead, and I like the whole genre when it's done well and
Right.
done originally.
Exactly. And I mean, I like The Walking Dead, which is pretty much just ripping off everything that Romero did, but
Refining it.
refining it and then
modernizing
expanding it. Yeah. But there's only so much that you can watch. So yeah. But I haven't seen any zombie thing in a while. So let's do this.
Yeah.
Alrighty then. Well, everybody go listen to The Viewmasters, which features Joe G.
Yay, that's me.
And as he watches and reviews every episode of Farscape.
Along with Eric Schomburn,
Oh yeah, that guy.
which is you.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
This is my only podcast.
Slacker.
You can have another one if you want.
Really?
Yeah.
I have to think of a good one. How about Fortune Cookie a Day?
All right. Yeah.
How about The Young Ones,
Yeah.
where you
Oh.
review every episode of The Young Ones?
Wow, it was so appropriate.
It's a potential future Viewmaster.
Yeah.
That'd be awesome. There's only 8 or
6.
10 episodes.
Yeah.
It's a mini-series.
Yeah.
Just watch all British shows for Viewmasters. Except for Doctor Who.
Yeah.
Not again anything against Doctor Who, but I don't want to watch 50 years worth of television.
Wow.
Not one city.
I'd be down for that.
Alright then. Goodbye.
Bye.
See you.
You can subscribe to Gutter Trash at iTunes or directly at guttertrash.net. If you go to iTunes, please leave us a review. You can email us at eric@guttertrash.net or jason@guttertrash.net. For more info, you can find us on Facebook. Or you can go to seanborn.net or buyerbeware.guttertrash.net. Listen to our sister podcast, League Night, at league.guttertrash.net. Thank you for listening. Until next time.